How to pump foil for 5 minutes. Reaching. 5 minutes on a pump foil isn't mainly about pumping harder, it's about wasting less energy. Once you can stay on foil consistently, the challenge changes. You need to make every movement more efficient and let the foil do as much of the work as possible. 1. Use your whole body. Efficient pumping doesn't come only from bending and straightening your knees. Think of the movement as a connected chain. Hips initiate to core transfers to legs, spring to feet, control the foil. The hips move through the pump cycle while your abdominal and core muscles stabilize your body and transfer that movement into your legs. Your legs should behave more like springs than pistons. The goal isn't simply up to down to up to down. Instead, think compress to drive to release to glide. That difference becomes extremely important when you're trying to pump for several minutes. 2. Front and back leg have different jobs. Both legs shouldn't simply push together. Your front leg helps create the drive. Use a short, controlled pressure through the front foot to send the foil forward and slightly downward. Then release that pressure. Your rear leg helps control pitch and the recovery phase, allowing the foil to rise again. The movement becomes drive to release, to rise to drive. When you get this timing right, you can actually feel the foil accelerating underneath you. 3. Use your hips and core. This is one of the biggest differences between inefficient and efficient pumping. Don't perform hundreds of little squats. Let your hips participate in the movement. During compression, allow the hips to move and load the body like a spring. Your core keeps the upper and lower body connected. Then release that stored energy through the legs and feet into the foil. Your upper body participates slightly, but it shouldn't be swinging wildly. The movement should feel elastic rather than muscular. 4. Find the correct foot position. Foot position relative to the mast is extremely important. Standing too far forward can feel very stable, but you may have to work harder to make the foil rise. Standing too far back gives more pitch authority, but the foil can become nervous and require constant front foot pressure. The ideal position gives you enough authority in both directions. You should be able to push to release to let the foil rise without fighting it. Small changes matter. Moving your stance just 1 to 2 centimeters can noticeably change the pumping characteristics. 5. Don't fly too low or too high. Mast height is another efficiency factor. Flying very low gives you plenty of safety margin, but leaves more mast in the water and therefore creates more drag. Flying extremely high reduces wetted mast area, but gives you little margin before the foil breaches. For long distance pumping, aim for a controlled middle to high flight position where the foil remains efficient without constantly risking ventilation. 6. Separate acceleration from cruising. This may be the most important concept for reaching 5 minutes. At the beginning, you need power. Use. Larger pumps leads to stronger compression, leads to more acceleration, but once the foil has speed, change gears. Now use smaller pumps to slightly higher rhythm to less body movement. This is your cruise mode. A common mistake is continuing to pump with the same large movement used during acceleration. That wastes enormous amounts of energy. 7. Let the foil glide. A good foil wants to fly. Don't force it through every centimeter of the run. After every drive phase, there should be a tiny moment where you release pressure and allow the foil to travel. The better your technique becomes, the more it feels as though you're simply replacing the energy lost to drag. That's the sensation you're looking for. You're no longer forcing the foil forward. You're feeding it just enough energy to keep it flying. The road to 5 minutes. 5 minutes means hundreds of pump cycles. You won't reach that by making every pump stronger. You reach it by making every pump cheaper. Reduce unnecessary vertical body movement. Use your hips. Engage your core. Let your legs spring. Control pitch through your feet. Build speed first, then reduce the amplitude. And most importantly, don't fight the foil. Work with it. The ultimate goal is simple. Maximum glide from minimum movement. When you find that rhythm, pump foiling stops feeling like a series of jumps and starts feeling like an endless, flowing cycle. Hips initiate, core transfers, legs spring, feet control, foil glides. That's the technique that can turn a 1-minute run into 2 minutes, 2 into 3, and eventually bring 5 minutes on foil within reach.